So last night, on my way to bed, I watched a show of 60 Minutes. Do you guys watch 60 Minutes? It's a bad show. The only reason I watched it is because it was carrying on the same theme that I had over my past couple videos, which is European government overreach. And in this specific case, it was Germany. So please come on in, guys. I got something to show you. I am Parmesan, and this is Niagara Due North, guys. Welcome. Good morning, Canada. How's it going out there today? Now, I know I should be talking about the airplane. Unfortunately, if you want to hear about the airplane, you can go anywhere in America and hear about the airplane. You see, things like that happen. When things like that happen in Canada, Aaron just jumps right all over it because like nothing like that ever happens. So I didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to touch it at all. Until I noticed it all over CNN, Fox News, most importantly, Tim Pool. Do you guys know Timcast? I watch Timcast. He's an asshole. Complete and utter. And for somebody who is such a prominent name on the right side of the culture war, for all the things that are going on in Canada, and he talks about a flipped over airplane. And I said it when Trudeau resigned, okay? If Americans would pay even a fraction of attention to what's going on in Canada, they probably would have had a lot of their problems solved a long time ago. That's all I wanted to say about that. Glad everyone survived. That means that it's cool. Pretty freaking cool that happened. That was a pretty cool thing. Okay? Wow. And it actually looked like it wasn't anyone's fault. It looks like it was actually just kind of pretty hardcore crash. And it's amazing that everyone was able to survive that. Let's get on to the meat, guys. Because Germany is evil. Part of me thinks the Nazis won the war. This episode of Niagara Due North is brought to you by juice from my basement fridge. Red juice. Buy red juice at your local farmer's market or wherever red juice is sold. That is the flowiest juice box. I almost choked on the liquid that came out. Let's get into this atrocious video. None of it was even pushed back on at all. So let's push back against these German overreachers.
If civilized discourse is just a myth. Aggressive threats, lies, and harassment have unfortunately become the norm online, where anonymity has emboldened some users to push the limits of civility. In the United States, most of what anyone says, sends, or streams online, even if it's hate-filled or toxic, is protected by the First Amendment as free speech. But Germany is trying to bring some civility to the World Wide Web by policing it in a way most Americans could never imagine.
All you people out there, all you Canadians out there, I want you to watch this closely. This is 6 o'clock in the morning. This is 6 o'clock in the morning. I know that no Canadian is down with this.
It's 6:01 on a Tuesday morning, and we were with state police as they raided this apartment in northwest Germany. Inside,
please excuse me, we're going to put you under arrest now.
Suspect's home, then seized his laptop and cell phone.
Seized the laptop and cell phone.
Electronics may have been used to commit a crime. The crime, posting a racist cartoon online.
Comment down below, folks. What was the racist cartoon? Gee, what could the racist cartoon be? Muhammad? Did someone post a picture of Muhammad on their thing, and now they're getting their laptop taken away and their cell phone? Okay. No, their mommy and daddy didn't take their cell phone away. I'm going to say a word that's extremely important here. State police. State police. I'll say it once more. State police took their phone and laptop. We are so lucky in Canada to not have a police force run by the government. We have local, decentralized police forces for municipalities, and sometimes even just individual cities on their own. We have I live in Ontario. We have a provincial police force for cities that are too small to afford their own police force, and that's kind of it. We don't have a federal police force. Even the RCMP. That's not like, that is strictly just because I don't know why Alberta can't, I don't know why there's not an Alberta police force. I don't know. Someone can ask Danielle Smith that. But like Yukon Territory, Northwest Territory, Nunavut and stuff like that, like they're going to need, they need funding from the federal government for their policing. And instead of doing that, why not just put the RCMP in there? Right? Our state policing is a lot different. They don't. I will never see an RCMP officer in my entire life. I will never see one unless it's like on display and I get to have a photo op with it. These police forces over here are from the federal government. They carry out what the federal government wants them to.
In Germany, what's the typical reaction when the police show up at somebody's door and they say, hey, we believe you wrote this on the internet?
They say, in Germany we say, das wird man wohl doch mal sagen dürfen. So we are here with crimes of talking, posting on internet, and the people are surprised that this is really illegal to post these kind of words.
They don't think it was.
Did you hear what he said there? Oh, we're surprised that these words can even be illegal. You know what's really funny about Germany? I bet everybody's on board with it there. Right? They want the government reach around, not just the overreach. Okay? They're putting these laws in place, not telling anybody about it. So these people, they're like, oh, they're surprised I don't have a full free speech. No, man. You didn't tell them the fucking law. You didn't tell them it was illegal. You just showed up to their house one day, confiscated their cell phone and laptop, and told them it was illegal. Oh, it's illegal now. Yeah, it's illegal now. Well, that is disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. And I can't believe that people want this. No, you don't want this. You want this to happen to other people. You want this to happen to me. You don't want this to happen to yourself.
It's illegal to display Nazi symbolism, a swastika, or deny the Holocaust. That's clear. Is it a crime to insult somebody in public?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And it's a crime to insult them online as
Brutal,
well?
man.
Yes.
The fine could be even higher
Yeah.
if you insult someone in the internet.
Why?
Because in internet, it stays there. If we are talking here face to face, you insult me, I insult you, okay.
It's brutal. That's brutal. Right in the next clip, you're going to find out the size of these fines. Oh, not a parking ticket. These people make me want to say, okay, if I can't insult someone in public, then we need laws around stupidity and people being stupid. Okay? People that go out into the street when they're only looking the one way and then they go. Right? Is that person going to do 10 years in jail? The funny thing about it too is as the farther I go with these stupidity laws, you will understand that these result in such more substantiating penalties to someone's life than calling them a hoe or what is this fucking video? I think I cut it out, but in this video, a politician got people arrested for calling him a dick. I cut it out because it was a really long segment, but there's a politician that got people's houses raided because they were calling him a dick. Okay. And that's another one of these problems is that these are politicians doing it. This isn't you having a problem with me, right? This is someone with the power to do so having a problem being called such a tiny word. Guys, I'm a dick, man. And an asshole.
There are 16 units across the country, each with a team of investigators. Frank Mihail Lau, a career criminal prosecutor, leads the Lower Saxony unit. How many cases are you working on at any time?
In our unit, we have about 3,500 cases per year.
9 investigators work out of this office in a converted courthouse. Lau
You
says
see all
they
those
get
files?
hundreds of tips a month
All
from
of those
police,
files
watchdog
are
groups, and victims.
online
You see a lot
posts.
of crazy stuff.
Yes.
The worst of the internet is wrapped in red case folders.
Here it is, here it is. I want everyone to listen to this part carefully and comment down below. I want this is the part of the video I want people to comment on. Okay, let's start a debate here.
Stuffed with printouts of online slurs, threats, and hate.
This is a criminal offense, so
What does that say?
Kletterpark for Flüchtlinge.
So they're suggesting that the refugee children play in the electrical wires. Okay.
In this case, the accused had to pay 3,750 euros.
Wow.
It's not a parking ticket.
Yeah, not a parking ticket. To build
3,750 euros. Euros. A euro, I think, is 225-ish. Right? So we're talking almost $10,000 fine for that. Now, that's a good example. That's telling refugee kids to go play in electrical wires. Is that worth $10,000? Type that down below. I'm a free speech absolutist. Not a parking ticket. It's so funny. It's so funny that this guy who owes me now 10,000 Canadian dollars just for saying kids can go play in wires.
2015, this meme of the Green Party member appeared on Facebook, falsely implying that she said every German should learn Turkish. You never said that.
I never said that. And this harms my reputation because people think she's a bit crazy. How can she say that?
Kunost, a 40-year politician, says she began receiving threats and hate-filled comments from anonymous users online. You've spent your life in politics. What was
What a
different
Karen,
about
eh?
what took place online?
The first point was it was much more personal. You are looking so ugly. You are an old woman. We know where you live. Or even you should be raped by a group of men so that you see what all these immigrants are doing.
So this was not elevated conversation.
A lot like women shouldn't be able to vote on war if they can't go to it. I'm kind of on board with that. Especially not necessarily here in Canada, but if you heard about all of the crazy shit in UK, have you heard about all the stuff in UK? I think like 250,000 women have been raped in 10 years or something like that. It's an extremely hardcore epidemic over there, right? And she's all for it because they don't want to touch her. They don't want to touch her old ugly ass.
This was very personal and very hateful.
It was very personal.
So it's easy for her to
Meta
bring in all
delete
these
the false
refugees.
quotes attributed to her worldwide.
And they were astonished. What? We cannot do it. They said just by software, the software is not able to deal with all this. And we have to get a lot of new employees. And I said, yes, it's my personal right. It's my reputation.
That was the Green Party leader in Germany. And don't be fooled. Just because the Green Party is in Germany doesn't mean that it's any more popular than anywhere else on the planet. It's a nobody. It's a nothing burger. She is the Elizabeth May of Germany. She has no power. She has no say. She does nothing. And she is going to go on and tell Meta, no, you have to hire 30,000 new employees to police speech on your Facebook. The free speech problem is that on the internet, Americans are commingling with Europeans. And you have 15-year-old European girls that has never played a Call of Duty with a 14-year-old American boy. They've never been told that they were going to get their throats cut or aren't. And then these people are going on video games and they're playing with Americans who have free speech. I think that's the biggest problem. And I think what's going to happen if Europe doesn't stop, because Europe is the one that needs to stop, not anyone else, is that the United States is just going to cut Europe off from the internet. And Europe will have they'll have no Facebook, they'll have no nothing. It'll just be like China's internet, America's internet, Russia's internet, Europe's internet, Middle East's internet. And you'll have to hack your way out in order to go somewhere else. That's what I think. It'd be a good way to battle VPNs as well, because VPNs will be a problem of the future, I think. You know, as technocratics start to crack down farther and farther on everybody's autonomy. I think so. I would love for cables to get cut in the ocean so we can just not have internet anymore. Guys, these are just a few examples. Did you watch the J.D. Vance speech in Munich? Because he lists off other examples, crazy examples. There's a guy in Sweden who got arrested for attending a Quran burning. A Quran burning that resulted in his brother's murder. Okay, let's get this straight. A Muslim murdered somebody for burning a Quran, and his brother got arrested for burning a Quran, not the Muslim for murdering the person. No, I think the Muslim did get arrested, but I think he got less time than the guy did for burning the Quran. And here's another thing for all you lefties. Okay, Muslims get a lighter crime on rape because it's their culture. Okay, and you guys are all crying about rape culture in the United States. So how about you go look that one up? I mean, if you made it this far in the video, guys, if you made it this far in the video, folks, please comment down below and subscribe to the channel. Actually, don't comment down below. I want you to talk about the thing before, the kids on the wires. Okay, so like and subscribe instead, and that's a lot less work. Do you see how I distribute your workload throughout the video so you're not just crushed at the end with like, comment, and subscribe? Guys, I think about you here. I take you in to my heart or something, and think, and I don't want you to do much work. Okay? Bye, guys. I will see you tomorrow.